Good morning and happy day to you, sunshine. I am so glad to be with you. I am Franny from Shine with Franny, and today's post is inspired by tap shoes. Yep, that's right, tap shoes. These are not my tap shoes. These are my mother's tap shoes, and these are my mother's tap shoes that she has worn recently. They are brand spanking new almost. My mother is nearly 70 years old, and these have inspired me because it made me start thinking about courage. And maybe start thinking about trying new things and putting yourself out there. And despite my mother being nearly 70 years old, she is part of a adult or senior citizens tap group called the Toast of the Town Tappers. And my mother became widowed nearly 20 years ago, and she decided that she was not going to let life pass her by. And she loved dancing so much when she was younger. She danced on stage with Chubby Checker. She met my father at a sock hop. She loved to dance. And so she decided that she was going to go ahead and reinvent herself, in her late 50s I suppose, and she decided to join this group. And so it takes a huge, tremendous amount of courage, right? To go back on stage or back to something you love that you've left for all these years. You have all those feelings of self-doubt, and you have all those feelings of what if and everything. Anytime we're trying something new, we always, of course, ask ourselves and question, and really settle in that sometimes, and we don't push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. And for many years, I worked for nearly 20 years in the classroom, and I used to tell the girls, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone is the best thing you can do for yourself. You only come back to the comfort zone to get recharged. And so, of course, that's, a little note of wisdom for you as well today. And I think for so many years about my own personal life, and some of you have known me through the stages and phases of my life and through my transformation. Many of you only know me, though, today as this person. But back in for the first 2 decades of my life, and back in the early 90s, I was at my heaviest. And here's a picture of me at probably about 275 here. This is me my junior year of college. And yes, I am standing on a boathouse in a swimming suit, in a Speedo nonetheless. But that is one of my least favorable pictures. And so I'm exposing that to you today. So that takes a tremendous amount of courage. But the reason why I'm doing that today is because I'm hopeful that this can help you, right? We know that hurting people can help people. And so I'm hoping that today's message, it's not about weight loss, right? It's about courage. It's about stepping through your fears. We know that, of course, courage is not the absence of fear. You have fear when you're courageously doing something and setting forth to do something. But it's, just pressing through that fear and working through that and saying, you know what, I'm stronger than this. I'm better than this. I have more power than this. And so I know that many of you have asked, well, how did you get from there to here, right? And, well, it took a lot of courage because I was at this space in my life where I was afraid, right? I was afraid of what people thought about me. And obviously, my weight, for me, served as a protective layer from never getting hurt again because of some of the, painful memories of my childhood. I wanted to insulate myself and almost bubble wrap myself. And food was a way that I did that. And it took courage because if you've ever gone through any type of transformation or transition like that, oftentimes, whether it be a divorce or whether it be, just ending a relationship or trying a new job, right? There's a huge amount of fear, what if they don't like me? And what if, I never find somebody else or whatever fear you might have around that. I had the same fears, It's all a mind game, and it's really the devil's playground, right? That he comes in and he tries to attack us and work with our fears. And the fear is, of course, that you're doubting that God's plan is better or that God has something better in store for you. And so for me, a lot of my transformation really revolved around using, God's word and really believing in his promises and saying, you know what, that is true. You do want more from me. And I do want to glorify you with my body and my thoughts and my words and my actions and, what I'm eating or choosing not to eat or how much time I'm spending exercising and things like that. And one of my favorite passages that was really helpful for me is from 2 Timothy 1-7. For God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. So this took a huge amount of self-discipline, right? To not eat the Snickers bar every night or to get up an extra 15 minutes earlier to go for the walk. I was really, really, really out of shape. And so I really couldn't walk too much on a treadmill. And so for me, I was also afraid of going to the gym. So I would get up really early in the morning and walk my neighborhood so people wouldn't see me. And it was very difficult to do that in the very beginning, but it was hugely beneficial, right? And it took a huge amount of self-discipline to get up that 15 extra minutes earlier to do that. But the payoff was fantastic. Not only physically, but more so mentally. I started feeling, confident and strong. And wow, that power, I was really able to tap into that power. And that power, I realized, never came from within inside of me. It really is from my higher power, which I believe in God, So whoever your divine creator is, that's my challenge for you today, is to really think about that. What does your creator want for you? How does he want you? How does your creator want you to really step out on stage today? How do you show up today in your space, in your respective space, and power through with discipline and power and love, right? How are you going to do that? So let us know. If A, you are struggling with something right now and you're really conflicted and there's a fear in your life, maybe you're afraid of, ending a relationship or starting a new job or going back to school, no matter what age you are, or maybe you're afraid of trying something simple like quinoa. You don't even know how to say it, right? So tell us how you're going to push through that fear, and then how we can love and support and encourage you, right? Sometimes, just having the support of other people saying, wow, you can do this, is all it takes. And a lot of mine was more self-motivation, where I started saying, wow, pants are fitting differently, and wow, I'm thinking about myself differently, and I'm seeing myself in the mirror differently, and everything started changing, mind, body, and then spirit. The second thing then is if you have experienced, right, your own transformation, you've powered through the fear, you've worked through it, tell us about that too. We would love to celebrate with you. As always, guys, check us out, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Love, love, love to hear from you. Let us know. Hop on over to Facebook, Shine with Franny. We'd love to hear from you. And I've got some really exciting things, which is the reason why courage was the message for today. Some really exciting things coming up in the next few days. So stay tuned, stay on Facebook. And of course, like us on Facebook. That's number one thing. Share that with all your friends. And then of course, sign up for newsletters and empowerment tips and training on our website, shinewithfranny.com. Love to hear from you guys. I'm really excited to be here, really excited for what's in store, and really excited to help support you and encourage you through your fears. Create a great day, guys. So excited to be here with you. Have an awesome weekend.